right in front of our eyes. Get up, do something. MHC on the rise. Think positive. Oh, we gotta stay positive. Yeah. We can learn to love each other. Like my sister and my brother. MHC on the rise.
Good evening, Martinsville and Henry County. Welcome to MHC on the Rise, where it's our goal to create positive conversation and find solutions to the issues that impact Martinsville and Henry County. And I have a young man here with me tonight, and we're going to discuss several different topics, but I'm going to let him introduce himself, and then we'll jump right into our conversation.
I'm student minister Malvester Muhammad. I'm here to deal with the Million Man March anniversary. It's 20th anniversary of the Million Man March. We asking our Mexican brothers to come, Native Indian brothers. We bringing the whole family and to come back to Washington D.C. and asking the government to give us freedom, justice, and equality, and especially justice as things go on today. And I think that's the topic that the minister deal with, that God will judge with justice. And that's a serious thing, justice.
Absolutely, and we're going to talk more about the 20th anniversary, but I kind of want to backdate a little bit and get a little history on the Million Man March. And let's go back to that October 16th, 1995. What was the goal of the original Million Man March?
That's a good question. A lot of people thought that we should go up and put a demand on the government, but the minister went for one thing, and that's for us to atone to God, to our women, our wives, and our children for not being who we're supposed to be. And that's what the Million Man March was for atonement.
And when you say us, who is that us?
Black men.
Okay.
Black men. We needed to atone for that, to our families, to our wives, to our women, and to our children, and that we'll never be that person again. We would be better. We would be good citizens. We would be good citizens. We would go back and join churches, join organizations, join the mosque, join the synagogue, join whatever organization that will fit you. And then you would do something great and positive, and go back and adopt our children, because that was a big thing.
And 20 years later, looking back in retrospect, how would you rate the success of the first Million Man March?
Well, from what I heard, that crime rate went down from that. Us killing one another, that's a big problem. We still have that problem, and that's hard for us, because we telling other people not to do it, and we doing it ourselves. We got to get serious about it, and that's on us as ministers and teachers and leaders. We got to go out and solve that problem.
And you mentioned, that's on ministers, leaders, and teachers. But like anytime you have a meeting or you set goals, somebody has to be responsible for, I'm an educator, so I'm going to use the word data. So who's responsible for making sure that what was talked about 20 years ago, what's going to be talked about on October 10th, is followed through and carried out? Who's responsible for that?
Well, I think that's an individual thing that each one of us have, and then the stewardships of leadership. Like the minister told us to go back and join organizations. So the heads of the organization is responsible to keep it going, to keep that spirit going. And then, some people have to be recharged, that's why they have, what they call it, revival, right? Yeah. So that they can be recharged. But, the minister, we talk about it all the time in the study groups and in the mosques. And this spirit have to keep moving. They have to keep moving. If not, things will die, but it haven't went out.
Yeah. How do you keep it moving? I mean, October 16, 1995, October 10th, 2015. What needs to take place in that 20-year span? What needs to take place after October 10th to keep that, atonement mindset moving forward?
Well, I think that that has to be incorporated in the family, and then it has to be incorporated. And, we as men, we took an oath that I, Malvester Muhammad, would never do this again. These promises that we made at that march, right? And I think that we have to, make ourselves obey that, and do the things that we say we was gonna do.
Okay.
And I think that it helped a lot of us. It was a big change after that. But then, a lot of propaganda started coming to offset it, because somehow, somewhere, it's when good start going forth, then there's a negative coming to stop it. So it's a challenge to continue that spirit. It's a challenge.
And I just want you to take us back to that October 16th, 1995. What was it like being in D.C. and seeing, that many young African-American males assembled together for a positive cause?
Man, it was awesome. I was there. We took 3 buses from here, Danville and Martinville and Roanoke. And I'm telling you, when I got there that morning, it was so many people there, and I was supposed to be up on the stage, right? So I went through the crowd. When I got up to the front, they said, "Now, if you're not going up on the stage, then we won't just push you right on back." I said, "Well, I'm going up," and then I went up on the stage. But I'm telling you, it was a beautiful day, and and brothers was in the trees. It was just a lot of love. It was beautiful. It was beautiful. Most peaceful day that I've seen.
And in essence, is that what the whole Million Man March is about? Love?
Yeah, brotherhood. To for us to forgive one another and be better husbands, be better sons to our parents. Everything was about it was for us to atone for the negative that we did, the wrong that we did, we have done. That's what it was about. But a lot of the leaders was trying to say we should put a demand on the government, but the minister said no. He didn't go there. He didn't call us for that. He called us for us to atone and get right with God.
So he felt that it has to start within first.
Yeah.
And then you can move on to the government and make some of
right.
those demands. The 20th anniversary, what's the goal?
The 20th anniversary is justice or else. And we asking our Mexican brothers to come, Native Indians come, the Hispanics, and whites to come. This is for everybody that's having a complaint with the way things are going now. This country is going down the drains because the people is not standing up and demanding justice for rights, for things that's on the book for you to have. Freedom, justice, and equality is a birthright for every human being, every squirrel or rabbit. That's their birthright. And so when somebody go to taking that from you, then people need to stand up and demand that it was the brother Minister Tony from California. He got 100,000 bikers that's coming in. They gonna ride in,
Wow.
and then they was having a conference call, and this white guy he called in for the interrupted, right? And when they got through talking with him, he said, "You know what?" He said, "I believe I'm gonna join that." And he said, "Well, come on then, because this is what it's about. Because if you dissatisfied with the injustice going on, then you should be there."
And of course, we all know what the justice means.
Yes, sir.
We want, our rights, and we want our rights protected, or else.
Or else.
What is the or else?
Now, that's a good question, because you know what? Every time God sent a prophet to the people, he sent a threat with the prophet. When he sent Noah, Noah come with a threat that if you don't get on the ark, it's gonna rain and you're gonna drown. And then a lot time, he sent him with a threat. Everybody that were with Lot leave that morning and don't look back. You know, and then Moses went to Pharaoh, let my people go. It always comes with a threat. Mm-hmm. Now, the threat is not against no one but the wrong. The else mean that God going to handle that. Mm-hmm. When Moses said, let my people go, who backed that let my people go? God backed it up with the plagues, all right? So the minister go on and asks for this, and the God don't back up the else. He the else.
Okay, so God is the or else.
That's right. He is the else.
And so in essence, we're telling anybody who's in leadership, anybody who is living in America, you know, provide justice, or else you'll face the wrath.
That's right. And if you notice, the weather, the minister's been telling us watch the weather since 2010. And if you notice the weather, you never seen it like this before. I know I haven't, mm-hmm. and I've been here a while. Yeah. And if you see how the sun, it rained today, and tomorrow the sun will dry the earth back up. And if you notice how much rain we have got during the summer, and then the grass dying because the sun dries it up so mm-hmm. fast. And then the sun can mess with the satellites and mess up the internet and all of that stuff. So it's a serious thing coming down the pipe.
Absolutely. And we're going to take a break, and we're going to come back and talk more about the Million Man March. I want to talk about that word fight, and then want you to elaborate on, you know, fatherhood.
Yes,
so
sir.
We're going to take a break, Martinsville, Henry County, and I'll be back with Student Minister Malvester Muhammad.
The solution is right in front of our eyes. Get up, do something. MHC on the rise. Think positive. Oh, we gotta stay positive. Yeah. We can learn to love each other. Like my sister and my brother. MHC on the rise.
Have you seen Hendricks Lawn Care and Landscaping Service in your neighborhood? They are the affordable answer, providing residential and commercial lawn care with industry certified staff for applications, landscaping design, irrigation, and lighting needs. For discounts and free estimates, follow them on Facebook.
Give my dad a call, 806-8477. My dad will get it done right.
At Southern Virginia Properties, you will receive friendly, reliable service for all your real estate needs.
My experience with Missy McGee Bateman with Southern Virginia Properties started in a whirlwind. I only had 45 days to find a house, and she said, sure, not a problem. Within 3 days, I had over 20 houses to look at. She worked late into the night. I was in that house in the 45 days that I needed.
Thank you to all of our clients. At Southern Virginia Properties, you will receive friendly, reliable service for all your real estate needs.
Come see us in our uptown office, located 10 Bridge Street, near the historical Henry County Courthouse.
Or give us a call at 666-HOME. That's 666-4663.
Or visit us at our website at southernvirginiaproperties.com.
Thank you.
Jim Mills Nissan is proud to announce the new arrivals for 2015. The all-new Maxima four-door future of sedans with the new floating roof design. Also seen in the stylish new design 2015 Nissan Murano. The all-new 2016 Nissan Titan has a new bold look. Nissan Note, the most affordable sedan with smartphone integration. It's an exciting year to buy at Jim Mills Nissan across from the Martinsville Speedway, or visit us at jimmillsnissan.com. Suit City in Collinsville is having a blowout sale. Suit City has the largest selection of choir and church robes. It's a blowout sale. Boys' suits on sale with a large selection to choose from. Slim fit suits and regular suits starting at $99 or less. It's a blowout sale. All sports coats are on sale. Looking for that wedding or prom tuxedo? Stop renting when you can buy one for $89.99 or less. Follow them on Facebook and Twitter, 666-6598. You're watching BTW 21, your neighborhood network, the pride of Martinsville.
The solution is right in front of our eyes. Get up, do something. Mhc on the rise. Think positive. Oh, we gotta stay positive. Yeah. We can learn to love each other. Like my sister and my brother. Mhc on the rise.
Welcome back, Martinsville and Henry County, and I'm here with student minister Malvester Muhammad, and we're talking about the Million Man March. And you know, you mentioned a lot about the minister, and you're speaking of Minister Louis Farrakhan. You know, Minister Louis Farrakhan, you know, was an icon of his time. You had Dr. King, you know, in his 60s. You know, talk some about Dr. King, and you know, he used to talk about the content of character. Put all of that into context for me.
Yes, Donald Minister Louis Farrakhan is saying he is fulfilling the dream. Well, not the dream. Martin woke up, and he said his dream was turned into a nightmare. And then he started talking about the wars and things like that. That's what led to his death, right? Mm-hmm. But Martin was talking about the content of your character, meaning that we can't just go call somebody black. You know, we got to go for their character. Why? Because they say the black snake and their poison is a rattlesnake. So you know what, we got to deal with your character and your record. Mm-hmm. I mean, what have you did, and why? And why? If you're not for justice, if you're doing something for yourself, mm-hmm. to put yourself in a position, then you know what, you shouldn't be in a position. You should be in a position because you love the laws, love justice, love freedom for all. Absolutely. Not just for one or just for to get a position or a favor. And I see that a lot. People doing things just for the get a position, mm-hmm. to be the first one that's becoming this or first one that, but then the character is bad.
Absolutely.
They don't live by the principles.
So in essence, when we're voting,
yes.
We're putting people in places, when we're hiring people, we need to look at the character of that individual and not the color or the
that's
family
right.
origin.
That's right.
Okay.
Yeah, that's right.
You know, I did some reading and kept seeing the word, you know, fight. You know, when we talk about fighting for justice, what are we saying? I mean, because some people may get that confused because you hear fight, you automatically think physical. What do we mean by fight for justice?
Well, we are never the aggressor in anything, but we fight if we attack. But that's not what the minister's saying, fight. That means stand up and tell the truth and bring your complaint. Don't sit around and say, I can't complain. You know, I don't like that song that say, I just can't complain. You know, I tell people, if two babies laying on the bed and one of them crying, the other not, which one you going to help? The one that's complaining. Absolutely. So if you don't complain, then God won't even answer your prayers. Mm-hmm. See, a prayer is a complaint. You know, most time we don't say prayers like we're supposed to say them, but when we do say when we complain, we want some help. Yeah. So we should say them at the good times and the bad times.
So how do we fight? I mean, where do we go? Who do we go to? What do we do to fight, to stand up?
Well, we should get ourselves qualified to fight. Everybody's not qualified to fight. Everybody cannot stand and deal with justice because of maybe they afraid that they'll lose a position or a favor, right? Mm-hmm. When you fight, you should fight for truth. You know, and truth is something that a lot of people don't like for you to tell the truth.
Oh yeah.
Because the truth hurts. Not that the truth is bad, it hurts because most of us, the truth is run over top of us, you know. So a man have to stand up for what he knows is right, and then that's what we call fight.
Yeah. And
for justice.
And you mentioned a man standing up for right. I want to kind of transition over to fatherhood.
Okay.
Just want you to talk about fatherhood. I don't even have a question. Just want you to talk about it.
You know, that is a wonderful thing to be as a father. Father means to further. You know what mother did, further, and you know. And that's something that we as black men need to do more is do things with our boys. The girls make it, but the boys, they need more love. I don't say love is just telling me you love me. Love is when you do things that show that you love me. You can't tell, and a lot of people can holler, I love you, but then they're not backing up love. Love is backed up by what? Power and force.
Absolutely.
That's what love is. Love is something, and then we got to be the father. To be a father, you have to bring order. And you know, if you don't bring order, the woman bring children on the planet, and motion without law is death. So if the father's not there, the law is not there, then you got death coming on the planet. Why? Because motion without law is death. And that's why we have it in the streets, because we don't have the principle and the standards. I tell people about a standard. A standard is, you see a pokewood truck, and you see them logs and standards holding that log there. But see, a standard with people is something that holds you there until you can learn to live the principle. And then the standard leave. And that's what the law is. That's what fatherhood is. You're there to make them do right. You don't worry about them loving you. You want to make them do right. And then after they grow up, then the standard will leave, and then they'll truly be your friend.
Okay.
Because you know they're not your friend. They'll lie to you fast.
I have a 17-year-old. Now take, there's some guy out there who hasn't been a good father, has an 8-year-old kid, 9-year-old kid, but now they want to be a better father. What can they do to become a better father?
Well, the greatest problem is ourselves. Michael Jackson said, the man in the mirror. See, if you haven't had a good father, that's not your fault. But if you haven't had a good father, then you need to find somebody and put yourself under them. And I know if you're older, it's harder for you to do that. But you know what? You have to learn the way. Everything have a way. A male, God created a male and a female. Now, boy is a subject. You grow up from a baby to a boy, and then you become a young adult, and then you become man. All of that is mind, and its principles, and its standards. Jesus became man at 12 years old. So it don't have to be age to make you a man. It have to be responsibility. It have to be, that's what the first Million Man March was, responsibility.
Okay.
You understand?
Oh, yeah.
To live up to the principles of love. Love, what people say, baby, I love you all night. What you do next day, the next night? We got to learn what love is, because
Absolutely.
love is not no tender feeling. Love is backed up by someone that's showing that love by what he do and how he treats you, how he take care of you, and that's love right there.
Okay, awesome. And I have other questions I could ask. We only have a couple minutes, and I do want to, highlight once again the Million Man March, October 10th, Washington, D.C. And I know we have some locals who are taking a trip, and they're going to actually have a meeting Thursday night at 6:30 at 46 East Church Street. So if anyone's interested, they can go there or call 276-790-7268. And, if you want more information on that, just a couple of things real quick. Who are some of the speakers at this year's march?
Oh, the minister always allow people to speak, but he said if you come there afraid, they put the demand out for justice, stay home.
Okay.
He said stay home. He said if you're afraid of the else part, stay home.
Stay home.
You understand?
Yeah.
He said because this ain't no job for no weak people.
Yeah.
You need strong people, fearless people, not for the fight, but to stand,
Yeah.
because, it's hard to stand when the forces don't like you.
Absolutely.
And you might lose this or lose this favor, that favor. That's the strength that he's talking about. Be able to stand before the world and say, you know what, we are dissatisfied the way things going. We want justice.
Okay.
Very few people can do that.
Yeah. And 3 words. Describe the Nation of Islam. 3 words. I know it's going to be hard to do.
3 words.
3 words.
The Nation of Islam is the answer. The Nation of Islam is the answer. It answered all my questions about the Bible. It answered, and it made me lose fear of things that I shouldn't fear. It made me know to love God with all my heart, mind, and soul, and obey Him.
Okay.
And I don't have to look in the sky for Him. I look in the mirror, and then that heat is in me, is the God is in me. And if I obey that, I'll be all right.
Okay. I told you couldn't do it in 3 words.
Yeah, that was a powerful question.
30 seconds. Any final thoughts?
Yes, we want you to come and get on the bus. I think Chad Martin is handling the LLC. Get on the bus. The tickets is $50 up. We're going up and back like we did the Million Man March. Get on the bus and be in that number when the Saints go marching in. And Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan will give us another agenda. But it won't stop here. It's going to continue until this country come up and live up to what they say it is, America the Beautiful.
Awesome.
America the Beautiful.
I appreciate you coming on. Martinsville, Henry County, we encourage you to do your research and come out and support this great event in Washington, D.C., October 10th. And next week, we're going to have Miss Valerie Blevins on and look forward to that conversation. Until then, have a great week.
The solution is right in front of our eyes. Get up, do something. Mhc on the rise. Think positive. Oh, we gotta stay positive. Yeah, yeah. We can learn to love each other. Like my sister and my brother. Mhc